This week, the rantings and ravings of a crazy person. Me. I'm John Sanpetro, and on this episode of the Stamping is My Business podcast, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on a rant. I don't do it very often, at least not in this format, but every so often a story comes along that just I can't not do it. I can't not talk about it. I can't not go off on a rant. And this is definitely one of those times. I was speaking with one of my coaching clients a few days ago, and we were going over some of the things that had been happening in her business over the last month. And she told me that there was an event that she does a couple of times a year that she has decided to cancel. The thing is, that event has never been profitable. It's never made them any money. Even though it generated some sales, it was always either a money loser or they just about broke even. They certainly never got paid for their time, much less made a profit on anything. But it was the way that she phrased the notification to me that she was canceling the event. She said, "I made the very difficult decision to cancel this event." And I said to her, why was this decision so difficult? It's an event that hasn't made you any money. It's an event that never was worth the time that you were putting into it. It's an event that generated some sales for you, but not in any significant way that was moving your business forward. So why was it so difficult for you to cancel the event? And she said, well, one of my downline was really upset that I was canceling it. And I said, why was your downline upset? Was your downline upset because she was making money on the event? And my client said, no, but she is one of those people who is just focused on sales and doesn't care whether or not she makes money. And I said, okay, but why do you feel like you have to enable that in your downline or in anyone? And she really didn't have an answer for that. And I didn't expect her to, because there really is no answer for that. I mean, think about this, guys. Can you imagine if you said to someone, hey, I just got a new job. It's in sales. I'm really psyched about it. I'm selling these widgets, and I'm really just focused on making sales. Oh, that's great. How much do you get paid? Oh, I don't get paid. I don't care about getting paid. I just really want to focus on getting sales. But you'll get paid if you make sales, right? Well, not necessarily. Probably not, actually. But I'm really just focused on making sales. What? I have been doing this, working with stamping business owners for 20 years now. 2 decades. And even though it doesn't shock me anymore the way it did when I first heard it, I'm still constantly surprised by it. I still can't believe that people feel like it's okay to make sales and not make a profit. And it's not a matter of whether or not you need the money. Some people need the money, some people don't. I totally get that. But here's the thing. Whether you need the money or not, making sales requires effort. Okay? Making sales requires you to invest your time. And you only have a certain amount of time in the day. And whatever time you're putting into making sales, that's time that you're not doing something else. And in many cases, that's time when you're not with your family. That's time when you're not focusing on the other things that you love or on your other obligations. And that's okay, because it's good to be balanced in that way. It's good to be able to do a lot of different things. But when you're making the sacrifices of time that you have to make in order to generate sales, it just is only logical that you would be rewarded for that. It almost dishonors the sacrifice that you're making, especially if you're taking time away from your family, if you're not getting paid. This is the thing that I never understand. Why wouldn't you expect to get paid? Again, just using the, hey, I got a new job analogy as an example. Can you imagine if you went into a job interview and somebody said, well, you're going to be selling this widget, and we expect you to sell a certain amount of widgets every month and every quarter. We're not necessarily going to pay you. Who would take that job? Who would take that job? So why does it happen in this industry? It happens in this industry because there are people who are just making sure that you're only focused on sales and not focused on profit. There are people in this industry who are making sure that you are only focused on making money for the company and not making money for yourself. And I know that sounds harsh. I do. I know that sounds harsh. But guys, you have to ask yourself, why would anybody tell you to generate more sales without generating more profit? Seriously, think about that. Why would anyone tell you that you should go out and make more sales, but you're not going to make any more money? In fact, you may even lose money by making more sales, but don't worry about it. Why would anyone tell you that? And more importantly, why would you listen to that? Right? I mean, why would you listen to that? There is no reason why you can't generate sales and generate profit. My clients do it every day. My clients are not giving away the farm. They're not giving away their services. They're not giving away their classes. They're making sales, they're selling their expertise, and they're making money. You could do all of those things. And if people are telling you you can't do all of those things, then you need to find new people. It's just that simple. And if you have downline who are of this belief, you could try to explain to them what I've just tried to explain to you. At the end of the day, you may or may not convince them that you're right, but regardless of whether or not you convince them, you are under no obligation to enable that belief. You are under no obligation to enable that behavior. And you certainly are under no obligation to do things that are going to allow your downline to continue to be unprofitable. If anything, as an upline, you have an obligation to show your downline a path to profitability. Model the behavior that you want them to repeat. Whether or not they follow it is up to them. But at the end of the day, you're going to do what you can do for your downline. And the only thing you can do for them is show them the right way. So, thank you for listening. I do apologize. I don't like to rant and rave like this very much, but every once in a while I get triggered. And I hope you'll indulge this. It doesn't happen often. But really, guys, if someone is telling you to increase your sales without increasing your profit, or even worse, decrease your profit, just run. Run the other way. If If you enjoyed this episode of the Stamping is My Business podcast, please feel free to like it, share it, subscribe to it, and listen to more. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, our website, stampingismybusiness.com, and on our Facebook page, facebook.com/stampingismybusiness. If you have questions or ideas for future episodes, please email them to me at john@stampingismybusiness.com. This is John San Pietro, and I'm just trying to get you paid.